All right. Hey, everybody. Back here with Modern Day Engineering. Again, I'm Addison.
I'm Bobby.
Rory.
And Ryan.
Ryan's over there. Episode 2. One thing I do want to address is if these first 2 episodes seem a little, I don't know, I want to say scripted.
We didn't script them, but like...
They're topics that we thought of a little bit beforehand. That way we'd have something to talk about. But that's going to change when you guys start, submitting your questions. And we get, the brainstorming flowing, and we get, the mice churning in their brains, and the electric impulses. Little hamsters going, little lemmy-winks going up our buttholes. And then we get that, and that's going to be working. That's going to be working good.
Yeah. All right.
Disclaimer, before we start solving this problem, I hate his fucking solution. I hate it.
It's pretty good.
It's awful.
I mean, it's probably God.
It's fucking
terrible.
Terrible.
So he thinks, I guess he hates America because I'm fighting to end obesity.
All right, so that's our topic.
I love America.
Ending obesity.
Don't believe him.
Ending obesity.
Okay, ending obesity.
Now, guys, obesity is an issue. I don't have any stats in front of me to sound professional, but it's an issue. And
a lot of people are fat.
There's a lot of fat people walking around. And
especially you Texas people down south in your gritty.
We just lost all half a dozen of our Texas YouTubers. Shout out to Texas. So I came up with an idea that we should maybe ingest something that'll make us like thinner. Now, not like a diet pill,
because diet pills are too safe.
Yeah, and they're probably ineffective. Like they probably don't really work. And you guys are biotech students, so I kind of put 2 and 2 together, and I had the thought that we should make a biomechanical snake and have it enter. You consume, you swallow it, and we can control it with science. And
there is just so many things that can go wrong with putting a snake in your body.
It'll eat your excess fat cells. And then once you think you're thin enough, you can press a button, and it'll come out in your next bowel movement. That's your next poo. Shout out to poo.
So your next poo is going to be a metallic snake.
Partially.
All right. I just want to point this out. Got a little some numbers up here. Don't know how old this is. It does have a date on it right now. I didn't read all of it. 47.8% of Americans. That's almost half of us are considered obese.
I'm considered obese.
Makes sense for this room.
Oh, more than half of this room.
You can't see Ryan, but he's very obese.
So
not quite as obese as me.
All right. So over half of Americans are fat. And actually, there's a little math.
You just said 48%.
Oh, you're right. So not
that's under half.
I should have. I was thinking this room.
He can't math.
Hey, I was thinking this room, and I was going to say more than half of this room, but I said America.
Shout out to percentages.
Yeah, 47 point whatever.
Statistics on the spot.
All right. So we also have a little map here, and actually, where what is that? Louisiana? No, what's?
I think that's.
It's the fucking South.
Mississippi
and Virginia, right?
West Virginia. Mississippi and West Virginia, I'm pretty sure are the.
I know my geography. States. Don't worry. They were considered the fattest states. I don't know when this was.
There's a lot of snakes down there.
We should.
So here we go with the snakes.
Put 2 and 2 together.
So we have a lot of snakes down there.
So why wouldn't the snake work? You could take it like a pill, and it could like expand, and then eat your excess fat, and you just poo it out.
When it eats your fat, the snake is gonna get bigger.
No, he like burns through the fat.
How?
That's our job, I guess.
It's the biotech people's job.
It doesn't like just magically go away. It'll eat the fat, sure, but then the snake is gonna get fat, and then it's gonna like hurt a lot when you have to poop it.
Well, we could dissolve the snake.
We can dissolve the snake.
Yeah, like a self-destruct button.
I don't want it going boom inside
No. It's like a self-destruct button. We press a button and it just dissolves.
Oh, so just like that.
I don't think that would work.
Why not?
You need to dissolve it, like, in something.
Yeah.
You can't just dissolve metal without, like, an acid. You want the fucking acid around stomach.
Well, there is acid in your
There's-
stomach,
But
but
like a
not normal
I don't
acid.
want-
Acid that can dissolve metal.
I don't want
Also,
sulfuric
what if
acid in
this
my
thing
stomach.
goes rogue and it just decides to start eating you?
That's the risk that you took for signing up to have a snake inside of you.
So
There's
nobody's,
a contract that you would sign with this.
nobody's gonna fucking do it. If there's a contract that says if you get killed by our machine, it's not our
They
problem.
won't word it that way. They
Also,
word
didn't
it-
you learn anything from South Park? Nobody reads those things.
Exactly. It won't really matter. No one's
Someone's
gonna
gonna be like, I can get funded real quick. Okay.
No one will get offended or offended.
Okay. So we have the snakes. Now, what I was thinking for to get rid of obesity thing here is we instead of having we don't have to try it all, we should all have to try mad hard. So if we're gonna go eat something, we have to work for food. If I want to get ice cream at the window, the lady's like, all right, instead of I'm like, all right, that'll be $4.50 and 4 laps around the building. What? I mean, I guess I have to do it, and you're not gonna get my ice cream, but 4 laps around the building if you want a thing of ice cream.
What if you're like handy capable?
All right. Well, this is where it's gonna get complicated. You have to do.
I feel like if you're paralyzed, you get a free pass. But if you're like blind or like a paraplegic, like that's no excuse.
We just lost our blind YouTubers. Great. We're just killing demographics. Like my snake would kill fat cells.
But we already
Fuck
said
up.
the snake. This is metal is sharp. If it gets anything, it's gonna cut your insides and you're gonna bleed to death.
No, it's like smooth. This thing.
But I'm saying, what if
So
It could be.
basically-
Okay, maybe a snake is too much.
Basically, you want a giant oral dildo that'll go inside of you, take part of you, and then come out of your anus.
Yes, but that's not part of this video. Now,
Good.
I told you he's gay.
it could be. It's too big, perhaps in snake form. Maybe we could do a worm. It'd be like a tapeworm that we can control
Why don't we just put a tapeworm regularly inside our
because
body?
we can't control it.
This is how tapeworms. Okay.
We
Put
said
the tapeworm into your. But here's
Hang
the
on,
thing
hang
too.
on.
Okay, here's the thing. Back in the day, I don't know exactly when this was. You would eat tapeworms, and that was one way for like women not to gain weight. That was way back, probably early 1900s. But anyway, what I'm saying is your fat cells have nutrients in them that your body still gets. It's just that we eat so much that there's so much extra that it's just building up. Normally, that's the way your body would store energy that you didn't use. So you need some fat.
Nanites. Metabolites. That's what we call them. Little tiny nanites that act as our fucking metabolism for the people that have no metabolism, and it just burns all of our fat.
Isn't that basically what diet pills are, though? Aren't they metabolism boosters?
Yeah, but this will be tiny little nanites instead of
Okay, so
We could just get rid of eating
instead
altogether.
of chemicals.
get rid of eating altogether.
Have a
Just
backpack.
take all the enjoyment out of my life.
Have a back. Have a back.
You
Guys, have a backpack with a tube that goes into your stomach,
know,
pumping nutrients into you.
they actually already did
Oh, the
this.
feeding tube.
There was a trend in Europe. They actually had something similar. They had a backpack and tubes would be shoved up your nose, and you wouldn't eat for like a week, and all the nutrients you needed would get fed through you into the tubes. So that
I bet you
just-
they were thin.
It works. It works really well, but like
This is a trend. Like people, how large of a group are we talking doing?
like a lot of people, like all over the world, did this. Like a lot
All
of
over
people
the world. I
did
thought
this.
you said Europe.
Do we
It
have
started in
Oh,
Europe.
it started in Europe.
Do we have what? Do you know what it was called?
I don't remember.
The backpack tube trend.
Yeah,
Sure, Google that.
I'm gonna say trend.
We could have a backpack that sucks out your excess fat. So you can still eat normal food.
Liposuction.
Yeah.
So like
Portable
lipo-
liposuction.
That
I
would
mean-
be extremely expensive.
Yeah, I guess.
This isn't the On the Cheap video. That was last week. Check it out. But it doesn't have to be cheap. In the contract, that's the risk you took.
Oh, there's the scariest
The
looking
risk
lady
you
I've ever
took was
seen.
paying a lot of
Like
money.
feeding herself with a fucking backpack. All right, well,
So-
we're not looking at that. I'm turning this off. I don't want to look at that. But I couldn't get a statistic. Maybe we'll find something. We can bring it up in a future
We can
video.
put some shit in the fucking description.
Yeah. You can see whatever you want on it. But, so, what do we have so far? We have these
The worm.
worms.
The worm. The worm.
We have a backpack that does liposuction.
You can have a backpack that shoots worms into you.
She really likes
constant
snakes.
flow of worms
Well, because they're
through
gonna.
your system.
Yeah, you gotta poop them out sometime. If you eat a lot, like you're gonna need a lot of worms.
Hang on. The nanites
Okay.
and the metabolites.
We have that. But, alright, so, I have one more, like, kind of thing I want to suggest here. Well, this is more of, like, what are we doing with the worms destroy the fat, the metabolites will break down the fat. But if we get a backpack with liposuction, where's the fat gonna
Well,
go?
you have to empty the back.
Yeah, of course, but what, you just gonna throw it out?
Biofuel.
Could you do that?
Why not?
Why not? Is it, I mean, I guess fat is energy.
Yeah.
That our body's storing.
We'll have a bunch of like fat everywhere. Like all people will just be dumping. But that's the risk we took.
So we have, like, you're dragging
That's
on
the
way.
motto of this entire thing. That's the risk you take. Okay? If you want worms inside of you, don't keep be complaining to me about how they might malfunction. Bobby, what are you doing? They malfunction. That's the risk you took. Okay? You're fat. That's the risk you took.
Or you could just, do laps around ice cream places to get your food.
Yeah, and they'll probably collapse before they can get their thing.
That's the fucking risk they took!
There we go. All right. So those are the ideas that we have. All right. I think this is getting out of hand.
We can shed our physical bodies and become floating brains.
Okay.
We still need to eat though.
Line's wrong.
Line drawn. We're getting too ridiculous.
There's a line.
Apparently not.
We inserted snakes into our body and becoming pure
Okay, we
brain.
decided on
creatures.
worms, not snake.
Worms.
Okay, worms.
If the worms malfunction, we'll send in a snake to eat the worms.
What if the snake malfunctions?
We'll send in an eagle.
How am I gonna ingest an eagle?
You ingest
Slowly.
it as an egg, and then it
hatches
hatches
in
an
you.
eagle.
That would be a very long process. And what if that goes sour?
I don't know.
I don't see
We
any
just have an
possibility
endless-
That's not my job. That's the risk you took for having the eagle inserted into you.
This isn't the first eagle.
eagle
wouldn't be guys.
You.
As always, rate, comment, subscribe.
All right.
Modern day engineering. We need some ideas because currently we're out of them now. We're solving too many issues. I guess I'm solving too many issues. I guess I should take all
We're
the
just
credit.
putting down your solutions.
He's terrible. He is just
All right.
awful. Do not listen to him. But yes, please comment, rate, subscribe. We're awesome in trying to figure out all of your problems. We will solve them.
Send us some ideas.
Anything at all. Any sort of problem
We'll
that you
answer the
have,
question.
we will solve. All right. So we will see you guys next episode.